Glasgow, get loud and say it with me. This is Monster Jam Ramped Up. Our first competition tonight is JCB Racing. Now, all of our trucks have been seated into the racing bracket based on a random draw. 4 trucks will race head-to-head, while 2 have an automatic advancement into the semi-final round. All right, Glasgow, who's ready for JCB Racing? Our first competitor up, it is Brandon Arthur, the Amazing Spider-Man. And his opponent, please welcome Blake Granger, El Toro Loco. The winner of this matchup will see Miranda Kozad and Thor in the semi-final round. Our staging lights are lit at the far end of our race lanes. The outside yellow lights means our drivers need to fire and head to the starting line. When you see 2, that means they're ready to go. Moving on, the Amazing Spider-Man. So Brandon Arthur and the Amazing Spider-Man will move on to the semi-final round to see Miranda Kozad and Thor. There you see the official JCB Racing bracket up on the video board. We're going to see the Gravedigger going up against Megalodon there in our last round 1 head-to-head matchup. And you see Thor and Black Panther have that automatic advancement into the semifinal round. We just saw the Amazing Spider-Man move on into the semifinal round, so he'll be taking on Miranda Kozad and Thor. And then we're going to wait to see who the winner of Matt Cody and Gravedigger going up against Charlie Pocken and Megalodon, who will advance on to see Bari Musauer and Black Panther into the semifinal round. I was just seeing, though, Brandon Arthur and the Amazing Spider-Man give that signal to our USHRA safety officials that he was broken. We see the JCB equipment out on the track right now, so we will hopefully get word on what's going on. If Brandon Arthur and the Amazing Spider-Man cannot make it back, then of course we'll let you know who will be taking his place or what we'll be doing moving forward with the JCB Racing competition. But there you have it. That is the official racing bracket as we're taking a track look there on the floor of our JCB equipment. Of course, we want to thank them so much for being a proud sponsor of not only this weekend's Monster Jam, but all of our Monster Jams internationally and stateside. And of course, them being a UK-based equipment company, that is something that we are so excited to be partnering with them here in the 2024 season. I know a lot of you have seen the JCB Digatron Monster Jam truck driven by your 2023 World Finals Racing Champion, Tristan England. But Christina, I know you're hanging out in the stands with all of our amazing fans. What do you have?
I'm hanging here right now with Hunter, and Hunter has a very specific favorite truck. Hunter, who's your favorite?
Thor.
And why is Thor your favorite?
Because it's in my name.
Because it's in your name? Can you tell everybody your name with all the bubbles?
Hunter Thor John Murphy.
Hunter Thor John Murphy. Monster Jam fans, we have another Thor in the house. Can we hear it for him? He's got his bubbles. He's rooting for Thor. And right now, Hunter, you and I are going to play a game called the Monster Jam Helmet Shuffle, okay? So in just a second, you see right up there's going to be 3 helmets, all right? And don't worry, the crowd's going to help you. In just a moment, they're going to drop. You got to keep your eye on that trophy. All right, and Glasgow, you're gonna play too, right? You're gonna play too, right? All right, they are shuffling around, shuffling around. Is it 1, 2, or 3? I'm gonna give you a chance to think about it. Glasgow, what do you guys think it is? Yell it out. All right, we got some conflicting remarks. Let's see, Hunter, what's the answer?
2.
He says 2. Let's see if he's right. All right, it's not under number 1. That's a good sign. It's not under number 3, which means, Hunter, you are right. It's under helmet number 2. And you're going home with a prize, courtesy of all of us here at Monster Jam Ramped Up. You're going home with the Megalodon plush toy, our Chuck and Pals toy, to go along with your Grave Digger bubble machine. You happy about that? Yeah. Monster Jam fans, give it up for Hunter Thor!
Congratulations there to Hunter, aka Thor Jr. there, winning that really cool Monster Jam plushie. And we're gonna get set here as we continue on here with racing round number 1, brought to you by JCB. We are going to continue things on here in JCB Racing round 1. Please welcome Charlie Puckin, Megalodon. And his opponent, please welcome Matt Cody, Grave Digger. Now the winner of this race, we'll see Barry Musauer and Black Panther in the semi-final round. They're going to get ready to line up and go head-to-head here out on the track. We've got Megalodon to the line first, followed by Grave Digger. Let's go, Green! And your winner advancing on, Charlie Puckin, Megalodon. Charlie Puckin and Megalodon will advance on into the semi-final round. So there you have it, the JCB Racing bracket right now. And you can see we've just replaced the Amazing Spider-Man with El Toro Loco. That is because I've just gotten word from our Monster Jam officials that the Amazing Spider-Man is broke, so hopefully we'll have an update there on his return a little bit later. But that now brings back Blake Granger and El Toro Loco into the semifinal round, going up against Miranda Kozad and Thor. We just saw that last race, round 1 there, with Charlie Puckin and Megalodon advancing on into the semifinal round, and he will see Barry Musauer and Black Panther.
Officially time for the Monster Jam Ramped Up semifinals. We have seen the fastest drivers advance, so 4 of them are going to continue competing until we're only down to the 2 fastest drivers for the JCB Racing win. So Glasgow, are you ready for the Monster Jam Ramped Up semifinals?
We're going to get here into our semi-final round. For the first time here tonight, please welcome Miranda Kozad, Thor, And of course, advancing on into your semifinal round, we've got Blake Granger and El Toro Loco looking for some redemption as he's allowed back into our competition due to the Amazing Spider-Man being broken. So redemption is for Blake Granger to see if he can advance on into our JCB Racing final round. We're going to see who will advance on here in just a moment as we await for our staging lights to be lit. Right now, you can see that they are at the red light, so that means no one can fire their engines. Now we see those two yellow ones. That means they can fire and head to the starting line. It looks like El Toro Loco will stage first, and when we see that two yellow lights, it means they're ready to go. And then, of course, we'll be looking for that green light. So, two yellow lights here, and we're awaiting that second as we look at a little staging battle between these two friends here. And we see Miranda Kozad and Thor to the line as we get set to go racing. Unfortunately, looks like Thor has had some issues, wasn't able to finish the race. So, advancing on into your JCB Racing Finals, Blake Granger, El Toro Loco. Not the story that Miranda Kozan and Thor wanted to start things off here in our event number 1, but nonetheless, hopefully they'll be able to get it fixed, get her back into the second competition. Up, but Blake Granger and El Toro Loco seeks redemption and comes back to head into your JCB Racing final round. All right, once again, we're just going to recap these racing lights at the far end of each of our race lanes. And right now, you can see that they're on red. That means that none of our drivers would be able to fire their engines. There we take a look right now. When you see those outside yellow lights, that means our drivers are allowed to fire their engines and head to the starting line. When you see those two yellow lights, that means they're staged at the starting line, and all they need to be doing is looking for that green light. So two yellow lights means they're staged and ready to go, and then we will see that green light. Now, if they are staged and they completely wipe clear, that means they need to restage and do the same thing once again. It might be a staging error on one of the driver's part, or it might be some issues with the staging lights. So if you see them clear, that means that they'll have to restage once again, but of course we'll let you know as that unfolds. And you can see the equipment is out there to get Thor and Miranda Kozad back out into our crash zone. And of course, we'll keep you updated on what's going on with Thor. There you see it, the JCB Racing bracket right there. Of course, Thor, we saw not able to finish the race. So El Toro Loco advances on into your JCB Racing final round. We're waiting to see who he will take on here, as we're going to get set here in just a little bit for your semifinal round against Black Panther and Megalodon. So Christina, I know that you're down there on the track. I know you haven't been able to talk to our technicians yet, but we're getting word that there might be some motor issues there with the Amazing Spider-Man, Christina.
So we're not 100% sure what is going on. Our talented technicians are behind the scenes investigating and working on that Monster Jam truck. I'll have an opportunity to go back there and see a little bit more to kind of report back so that our Monster Jam fans are clued in of what's happening with the Amazing Spider-Man.
Well, we appreciate that, of course. And, you know, we did see a little smoke coming out of the truck there from the Amazing Spider-Man. But, you know, to my point, it looked like I thought it was maybe more smoke coming from those tires. But hopefully nothing too serious there with the Amazing Spider-Man. I know we got a lot of Spider-Man fans here in the house tonight. So we're getting a little tunnel vision there of Thor getting pushed back to our crash zone. And just to keep in mind, I know you can't see it, but through that tunnel is a crash zone. And what we call that is the area in which we fix all of our Monster Jam trucks. And it comes with everything. We literally can fix a truck Out in the back, we bring all of the necessary equipment and tools, and we keep them in truck haulers, and they get shipped around internationally. So there's all the tools, all the different components and parts for each of these Monster Jam trucks. For the first time here tonight, please welcome Barney Masauer, Black Panther. And of course, he'll be taking on Charlie Pocket and Megalodon, who advanced on from round 1 into the semi-final round. The winner will take on Blake Granger and El Toro Loco in your JCB Racing final round. They are both to the line as we get set to go green. And it will be Charlie Pocket and Megalodon advancing on. Charlie Pocket and Megalodon sporting the no-tread tires there. And it looks right now it goes to his advantage as he moves on to your JCB Racing final round. JCB Racing final round. All 6 trucks have made their way through the racing bracket, and these last 2 will go head-to-head and battle it out for the first 6 points of tonight and claim the win as your JCB Racing winner. Now, Glasgow, who's ready to meet your racing final contenders? He is your 2024 International Series Seasons champion. It's Blake Granger, El Toro Loco. This is your 2-time Series Seasons champion and 2010 World Finals Freestyle champion. It's Charlie Pocket, Megalodon. 2 amazing drivers ready to go head-to-head to see who will get the first 6 points of the night. El Toro to the line first, followed by Megalodon as we await his approach here. Who will take home the first 6 points? We're about to find out. Racing winner is Charlie Pocken Megalodon. Charlie Pockington continues to make history here in Monster Jam by claiming the very first 6 points of tonight's competition and becoming the first ever Scotland Glasgow JCB Racing winner. Let's make some noise for your winner. A long history there with Charlie Pocken, having seen all the evolution of Monster Jam. And here he is right now. Let's make some noise, show him some love.
Charlie, congratulations. You continue, as Kay just said, to make history decade after decade. It's been absolutely incredible to watch you shine. How does this win feel? You just made history one more time.
Man, it just feels great to be out here. You know, this is our first time here, Montagon. But man, I can't say enough about these BKT tire buffs that we've tried out here. They are definitely the ticket. They're definitely working out great here. Very dependable, very predictable. I love it. I'm going to run these things all weekend if I can, just to put a hurt to everyone else.
Now, how do you think these tires are going to fare in the Entertainers Two-Wheel Skills Challenge? Do you think you're going to keep this momentum with those tires?
I think it's going to be a good all-around tire. It's definitely getting a lot more traction than everybody else. I can break it free when I want to. So I think overall, this BKT tire is going to be the thing to have here in the two-wheel. But man, you never know, because anything can happen in two-wheel, and it usually does.
Well, Monster Jam fans, give it up for Charlie Pocken Megalodon!
A huge congratulations there to Charlie Pocken and Megalodon taking home the first 6 points of tonight's competition. Of course, making history there as well, becoming our very first Glasgow ramped up JCB Racing winner. So there you see the BKT overall event points chase. Megalodon there on the top spot, followed by El Toro Loco with 5. We've got Barry Musauer and Black Panther with 4. Miranda Kozad and Thor with 4 points as well. And Gravedigger and the Amazing Spider-Man share 2 points apiece. And that is where we stand right now. As we're going to get set here in just a moment for the Entertainer Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. Take a look at the video board on what you're going to see potentially out on this Monster Gone track. All right, right now we're seeing Dalmatian with a popper. We're seeing some wheelie action here from El Toro Loco. And this is all brought to you by the brand new Monster Jam Showdown video game as we watch for a bicycle there from Thunder Roar. So those are some of the things that you might see out on the track. Of course, myself or Christina will let you know what you're seeing on the track. Of course, you'll be looking for some combinations as well, and some new innovative tricks maybe will happen out on the floor. Of course, it'll be up to you fans at judgeszone.com, and we'll talk about that in just a little bit. Buddy up here, his name's Rory. He is decked out in Megalodon. Megalodon obviously is your favorite. That's who you're cheering for? You were excited to see him win? Okay, well we're gonna continue on racing because we're gonna play Truckin' Pals Race. So what's gonna happen, Rory, is that you're going to pick your Monster Jam truck that you think is gonna win the race, all right? And all of the fans here, you can pick your own favorite Monster Jam truck as well. I think I know who you're gonna pick, but we've got El Toro Loco, we've got Gravedigger, and we've got Megalodon. Rory, who are you picking?
You might be surprised, but I'm picking El Toro.
Oh, really? I am surprised. You're picking El Toro Loco, okay? So all of you fans right now here, grab your favorite Monster Jam truck, who you think is gonna win. They are ready to go. Look at them. They're at the starting line. Here they go. We got Megalodon off first, followed by Gravedigger. El Toro Loco far behind. He's trying to catch up, though. Megalodon still pushing forward there between Gravedigger and El Toro Loco. Coming from behind! And it is El Toro Truck and Pals race, and guess what you're getting? You're coming home with some more Megalodon stuff. Here it is, the Megalodon Spin Master Diecast Monster Jam truck. Of course, all of you fans here can grab yours out on the concourse. Congratulations, Rory.
So when Barry's done, he's going out, Randall's coming in.
We're going to get set here for our second competition, and that is the Entertainer Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. Now, of course, this will be your first opportunity to let your voice be heard, and you're going to help us crown our winner. And for more on that, we're going to throw it down to Christina, who's in the stands.
Thanks, Kay. Monster Jam fans, remember, the power is in your hands. So what you're going to do right now, your friendly reminder, you're going to go to judgeszone.com on those smartphones, okay? You're going to type in the code GLA, okay? Once you do that, that BKT tire is going to pop on up. All you're going to do is slide it up or down, depending on the score that you feel our Monster Jam truck drivers deserve for their individual run. All right, Glasgow, who's ready for the Entertainers Two-Wheel Skills Challenge?
We're going to kick things off with our first driver. It is Bori Musauer, Black Panther.
Track is clear. Go ready. Left lane.
Let's make some noise right now for Bori Musauer, Black Panther. He is kicking things off here in the Entertainer Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. We saw 2 attempts at a popper, and of course, keep in mind how slick it is. So all of our drivers are definitely going to have to use a lot more power here out on the track floor as we await to see your scores at judgeszone.com. Once again, you've probably got about 4 seconds left right now at judgeszone.com, so make sure you get those scores locked in. Slide that BKT tire up or down to the score you think Bori Musauer and Black Panther deserve, and you must click submit. That's the only way to lock in that score. And of course, that code GLA, if you're still joining us, or if you're just joining us right now, the scores are locked in. Let's take a look at where you put Bori Musauer and Black Panther to kick things off here. We'll set the tone and the pace for the rest of the field of competition. And you gave them a 4.976. Our next driver up, it's Miranda Kozad, Thor. As we await for Miranda Kozad and Thor really quickly, Christina, you had an update there on what happened with Thor.
Absolutely, Kay. So as we were back there, the ball switches in the rear steer needed to be replaced. So what a lot of Monster Jam fans might not realize, that rear steer and front steer are operating in 2 different ways.
and we just saw that she actually was able to land that second attempt into the popper. So hopefully those track conditions there out on the cement are getting a little more grippier, because we saw Bari, Musauer, and Black Panther having some issues. But just touch on really quickly more about what's going on with that ball switch. It's a very tiny, tiny component.
It really is. It is the smallest component on the back of the rear steer. There's two little balls on the back, and those needed to be replaced. They help control that rear steer. And what, again, I was talking about this before, a lot of Monster Jam fans might not know this, but the rear steer is controlled by what we call a toggle switch, and the front tires are controlled by that steering wheel.
All right, well, the scores are locked in for Miranda Kozad and Thor. Let's see where you put her in this competition. Let's take a look at the video board. Your score for Thor, 7.023. That means she's now your new leader. Our third driver coming up, it's Matt Cody, Gravedigger.
Give it up for Matt Cody, Gravedigger! Scoring is open at judgeszone.com. Let us know what you guys thought of that one.
And Christina, we finally saw somebody do a popper, but on top of the Monster Gun, which is a little different flavor that they've added here. So it's kind of nice to see a little different variation.
Absolutely. You and I talked about this, in previous events as well. Those poppers sometimes, really big risk, really big reward. And we saw, great precision there. But sometimes too much momentum, that truck flips over.
All right, well, the scores are locked, Christina. Let's see where our fans place it. Remember, the score to beat 7.023 from Thor. And your score for Gravedigger is... Wow, a big score, 9.111. So Matt Cody and Gravedigger currently now is the new score to beat with a 9.111. And Miranda Kozad and Thor sitting there in the second spot with a 7.023. Brian Musauer and Black Panther currently sit in third with a 4.976. Of course, we have three more competitors with one being TBD. Of course, we're trying to await that word there from the amazing Spider-Man as we're going to get ready to meet our fourth competitor coming up here in the Entertainer Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. It is Charlie Pauken, Megalodon. riding on with the no tread, and we can see the grip that he just got out on the track floor. But hey, Christina, really quickly, I'm getting word from our Monster Jam officials. We've got some unfortunate news, and Brandon Arthur and the Amazing Spider-Man will not return to competition here tonight. What's going on?
That's right. Unfortunately, we did go behind the scenes, and the engine is blown, and that usually takes several hours in order for our technicians to replace that. But the good news is he will be back in action for tomorrow afternoon's event.
Of course, we would love to see you back in here inside the Ovo Hydro Arena there. There is Charlie Pocket and Megalodon. Let's make some noise one more time for him. Your scores are locked. Let's take a look at the video board. The score to be 9.111 from Gravedigger. And your score for Megalodon is... We have a new leader, 9.520, and that is Megalodon. We're coming up on our last competitor. It is Blake Granger, El Toro Loco. Watch those back BKT tires move side to side there from Blake Granger and El Toro Loco. JudgesZone.com. Keep in mind, nobody but you fans will crown the winner of the Entertainer Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. So make sure you get those scores locked in as fast as possible. We will see if Megalodon will continue on here with another win, or will El Toro Loco take the win and the next 6 points of tonight's Monster Jam ramped up. A few more seconds left there at JudgesZone.com. Of course, don't forget to use that QR code as well. All right, scores are locked in. Your score to beat Megalodon 9.520. Glasgow, your score for El Toro Loco is 9.394, which means it is Charlie Pocket Megalodon. He continues on here in the first half of Monster Jam ramped up, collecting another 6 points here, and perfect thus far.
Charlie, congratulations. It seems like it's your night. You were absolutely unstoppable. That bicycle, that second attempt, incredible. It was like smooth like butter.
Oh man, it worked out way better than I ever imagined it would. Thanks to these BKT tires, the bump down. Man, I had all the traction I needed out out there. I really want to go out there and do more. I'm excited about it. I'm really more excited, I think, about these tires than I've ever been excited about anything else this weekend.
Now, coming up next, we have Monster Jam Donuts. So what can our fans expect to see, especially from you now? Perfect first half going into the second half of Monster Jam.
Oh, man, that's just it. You never know what's going to happen out here. Anyone can pull anything off. That's just it. We've got donuts. We've got freestyle yet. And I love freestyle. There's nothing like a good freestyle in here. And we are here making history. There's nothing like this. This is the best family entertainment you can buy.
Monster Jam fans, give it up for Charlie Pumpkin, Megalodon!
Well, huge congratulations there to Charlie Pocket and Megalodon on a complete tear here in the first half. Perfect thus far in the first two competitions. Well, right now, though, this is halftime. You can head up to the concourse, grab your official Monster Jam merchandise. Of course, we've got popcorn and we've got snow cones as well. And you can meet us right back here for the second half of action. Glasgow, we are going to get ready here for our second half of Monster Jam action. And we want to welcome our freestyle motocross riders to the track. They're going to do 4 practice ramp hits, and then we're going to get into the best trick competition. And of course, we brought the 4 of the very best internationally right here to Glasgow.
At Glasgow, we have a very important move here at Monster Jam ramped up. Okay, when it comes to the USFMX team, the louder you scream, the higher they fly, and the cooler the trick, all right? So when I count to 3, I need you to scream. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Coming down the ramp, we had Team Pink. That was Sharon LaRue, Julian Manine, Monster Jam fans, I think you can be louder than that. Seagram. Some high-flying action courtesy of the USFMX. Agility, speed, it's what we like to see here at Monster Jam ramped up. Glasgow, these are the social media moments that we talk about here at Monster Jam. That was an incredible cliffhanger. If you don't have your smartphones out, I encourage you to take them out, film all of this action, and tag us at Monster Jam across all social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, X, and of course, TikTok. Make some noise! We got our first backflip of the night. Back-to-back backflips. Let's go for 3 for 3. 4 for 4. Amazing riders. Glasgow, what do you think? You guys having a good time? Do you want some more? The time has come for the MMX Best Trick competition. Each one of these riders are going to soar through the air, one after the other, and showcase their best trick. Now, Monster Jam fans, just like we've been doing all event long, the power is in your hands. So I need you to make sure that you have those smartphones out to judgeszone.com. You're going to slide the BKT tire up or down and click submit, and by the end, we are going to have an FMX Best Trick winner. So Glasgow, are you ready for more FMX?
We are going to kick things off with our first rider, Dean Pate. Dean Pate will be our first rider, and of course, you'll be using judgeszone.com. We'll see what trick he throws down. He hails from California in his 9th year competing, and he was a bronze medalist in the Animosity Tour. So as soon as you see those tires hit that ramp, Glasgow, get loud!
A backflip with a heel clipper. Much fans, go to judgeszone.com, slide that PKT tire up or down. Clicks the baby, setting the bar and the pace for his fellow competitors. With an incredible backflip and clicking his heels together as he is upside down. Really incredible stuff.
All right, we'll await those scores from you, the fans. It's just like scoring for our Monster Jam drivers at judgeszone.com. And that QR code up there on the video board as well. A few seconds left there on the clock. judgeszone.com. We'll see if that backflip heel clicker was enough to get a high score, really set the tone, the pace for the rest of the field of competitors here in our best trick competition. If you've not started scoring, this is the perfect time to get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com. Now scores are locked in. Let's see that score. A great score to kick things off, an 8.136. All right, we're gonna move on to our second rider. It's Jared LaRue. Jared LaRue coming to you from Arizona, and he was your Monster Energy Best Whip winner. He has been with us for over 10 years now here at Monster Jam, and a 10-year cancer survivor. Let's make some noise!
Backflip variation, courtesy of Jared LaRue. Scoring is open at judgeszone.com. So far we've seen a backflip with a heel clicker. This one we saw as he was rotating in the air. That leg went right back around his body before he finished his rotation. Some really cool stuff here at Monster Jam, but wasn't enough to take over the top spot from Dean Pate.
All right, it'll be up to you to decide that. Remember, the score to beat is an 8.136 from Dean Pate. So that is the score that he must beat here in our best trick competition. As we await those scores, the scores are all locked in. Let's see that score for Jared LaRue. 7.742. Still in the lead is Dean Pate. We're gonna come up on our third rider, Julian Manning. When I say we have an international group of riders here, Julian Manning comes to you from Bordeaux, France, and got second in the French championships. So let's see what move he's gonna throw down.
A holy round courtesy of Julian Manning. Something very difficult to pull off here at Monster Jam. 20 seconds. Let's lock in those scores. Scores from here. Let's go with that seat. Granted, pulls the bike back to his body all before landing on the FMX safety bed.
That was wild. I'm up here, Christina, with the fans, and some jaws were dropping. My heart was going crazy. And now we'll see if that is going to be good enough to take the lead away from Dean Pate, who still has the score to beat with an 8.136. I have a feeling, though, Christina, that this is going to be a new score to beat, but we will see. It's not up to me. It's not up to you. Let's see that score for Julian Manning. I knew it, a 9.552. He's now your new leader. And of course, we have our very last rider competing here in our best trick competition, Brody Nibbles. So Brody Nibbles, Christina, is from England. So I know he's gonna get a lot of hometown love here as our last rider gets ready to throw down his best trick here. The best trick competition. Will he be able to take the win here in the UK, his home? We are moments away from finding out. Let's hear it for Brody Nibbles. to crown our first ever Glasgow ramped up best trick winner here, event number 1. And it's gonna come down to Brody or Julian. Remember the score to beat 9.552 from Julian Mannon and Brody Nibbles awaits your scores here at judgeszone.com. Will he take the win here in his hometown? We are about to find out here in just a moment. Scores are locked in. Let's see that score for Brody. A 6.759, which means, Christina, for the very first time here in Glasgow, it is Julian Mannon, your best trick competition winner.
But Glasgow, we are not done yet because it is time for our epic grand finale. Each one of these riders are going to soar through the air, back to back to back, in what we like to call our Monster Jam train. So come on, Glasgow. I need you to jump on board because it's time to go around. Come on, Glasgow, when they hit that ramp, I need you to scream! I don't know, Glasgow. Should we keep it going? Making their way back around the track for their second Monster Jam train. Make some noise! So I know we're having a lot of fun, but do you guys think we should go one more time? No. Do you want to see that one more time?
For the last time here tonight, we have Dean Pate, Jared LaRue, Julian Mannon, and Brody Nibbles. Let's make some noise for your freestyle motocross riders.
Standing by right now, the winner of the LMX Best Trick Competition. We got Julian Mannon here. Julian, congratulations. First and foremost, you took the first out of 4 events here in Glasgow. What's going through your mind right now?
Well, it's the first event. I'm really happy that I won tonight. It's a good start for me. I'm really happy to be here. It's the first time with Monster Jam in this country, so I'm really excited. And let's go have a weekend like this.
Absolutely. Now listen, I'm looking around the arena. You know, we have some fans here that might want to be Monster Jam drivers one day, but they also might want to be FMX riders. So how did you get your start in the sport?
Well, actually, I just watched this on TV when I was 12, and instantly I felt like that's what I'm gonna do. I told my dad, one day I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna ride shows. My dad was laughing. Then I turned 21 and got my first time riding, and just get started. So here I am now.
Living the dream, definitely living the dream. And what has it been like now riding with some new friends that you might not necessarily have worked with before?
It's just nice to be here with some guy that I know. We get to ride with each other once in a while because we're not living in the same country, but we still share the same passion. So it's really amazing.
Oh, Monster Jam fans, give it up one more time for your LMX Best Trick winner!
We're gonna get set here for our first competitor coming up in our Monster Jam donut competition. We're taking a look there at Barnaby Sour and Black Panther, a two-time Guinness World Record holder in the donuts. Most donuts out there as he gets set as our first competitor. He is no stranger to Monster Jam Donuts, like I said, a Guinness World Record holder for most donuts, so he knows how to get dizzy out on the track. Was that a good enough donut to put him in a high mark here at judgeszone.com? We are seconds away from finding out where you put him in this competition. He will set the tone for our field of competitors. All right, the score is locked in. Let's see that score for Black Panther. A 7.640. We're coming up next with Charlie Pocket, Megalodon.
Scoring is open at judgeszone.com. A little bit of drifting going on with those Monster Jam donuts. Kay, what's your thoughts?
I love those donuts. They were nice and fast, but like you said, they also did some drifting there, so I don't know if that has anything to do with his tires. We saw Barnaby Sour and Black Panther, though, with more of a tighter donut, where we see his more of a drifting donut. So we'll see what the fans think about it at judgeszone.com here in just a moment. Of course, the QR code up on the video board, and if you've not started scoring, you can do so at any time. The scores are locked in. Your score to beat Black Panther, 7.640, and your score for Megalodon is 7.438. Don't forget to use that hashtag Monster Jam. Of course, you're seeing a lot of action out on the track. Upload your videos and pictures, and you might see yourself up on the video board. Our next competitor, it's Miranda Kozan, Thor. Miranda Kozan and Thor is our next competitor, and keep in mind the score to beat is Black Panther with 7.640.
Now 15 seconds left to slide the BKT tire up or down. Make sure you are clicking submit in order for your score to be tabulated.
Well, I'm standing here with Jacob and Xavier, some new friends of mine, and of course we just saw Miranda Kozan and Thor. Looked like it was a little slick out there. What would you have given her, Jacob?
7.
A 7. What about you, Xavier?
5.
A 5. All right. That seems pretty fair. We'll see what the scores are going to be for our Monster Jam fans here using judgeszone.com. We got a high score here from Jacob, a little lower score there from Xavier, and maybe we'll see if it's right in the middle. Score to beat 7.640. Scores are locked. Let's see that score for Miranda Kozad and Thor here in just a moment. There it is, a 3.913. So the Black Panther and Barney Sauer still is our score to beat a 7.640. Megalodon sitting in second with a 7.438. And then we just saw Miranda Kozan and Thor compete in our donut competition. She got a 3.913 from you fans. We're going to get ready for our fourth competitor, Blake Granger, El Toro Loco. Xavier, you guys are the fan judges at judgeszone.com. Jacob, what are your thoughts? What would the score be for you at judgeszone.com?
I think it's a 6.
A 6? Okay. I mean, you're pretty harsh on the scoring. What about you, Xavier?
I think it's going to be a 9.
A 9. All right, a high score. I think we're going to meet in the middle. I'm going to predict like 8.5. All right, let's see what our fans decide here. Scoring is locked. Score to beat Black Panther 7.640. Let's see that score for El Toro Loco. Xavier, you were right. 9.137. That now puts him in the top spot. There it is, where we stand in the Monster Jam Donut competition. We just saw Blake Granger and El Toro Loco grab the top spot and the lead with a 9.137. That is the score to beat, followed by Barney Sauer and Black Panther with a 7.640. Megalodon's Charlie Hawkin will not come into this competition with another win. He's sitting currently in third with a 7.438. And Miranda Kozan and Thor currently sitting in the fourth spot. We only have one driver remaining here in our Monster Jam Donut competition. And then you are going to claim another winner here using judgeszone.com. Don't forget the code GLA if you've not started scoring. You can do so at any time. And of course, you can scan the QR code or use judgeszone.com. He is our final competitor here of Monster Jam Donuts. It's Matt Cody, Gravedigger. Was it speedy enough for all of you fans here? We are going to find out here in just a moment. You're about to crown a winner. All right, Jacob, you've been pretty harsh on these drivers. What did you think about Gravedigger's donut run? What do you give them a score of?
8.
An 8, okay, an 8 is good. Xavier, you've been pretty spot on. What did you think?
7.
A 7. Now he's being a little harsh there. So you think that the winner is going to be El Toro Loco, Xavier? Think if the winner is going to be El Toro Loco? Yeah, he says yes. Okay. Well, it will be up to you fans here. In just a moment, we've got 3 seconds left at judgeszone.com. Remember the score to beat El Toro Loco 9.137. It sounds like the scores are in. Let's see that score. 8.261. Jacob, you were the closest one, but that means your winner of Monster Jam Donuts, Blake Granger, El Toro Loco. History here as our first donut winner in Monster Jam Ramped Up Glasgow. Let's hear it for Blake Granger, El Toro Loco.
Blake, you certainly took the Crazy Bowl for a ride in those Monster Jam Donuts. Congratulations and making history once again for yourself and for Monster Jam Ramped Up.
Yeah, most definitely. Having a great time here at Monster Jam Ramped Up. My first time ever here in Glasgow, Scotland. And man, what a beautiful place. Amazing people. Nothing better than coming out here and making that Crazy Bowl go crazy for all you Monster Jam fans.
And I know, if I know it well, which I think I do, going into Monster Jam Freestyle, you're going to bring it, right?
Oh, 100%. That just put us in the lead with points. You know, I call Charlie my dad, man. He's been an idol of mine since I was a kid. And to come out here and compete with a legend like Charlie Pauken, you know, it's awesome. You know, something for all you kids. I lost the first round of racing. But you know what? When you get knocked down, you get back on your feet and you fight for what you believe in. And I believe I could be right here standing on this pod talking to all of you awesome Monster Jam fans. So what's better? You're coming out, taking the lead, and going into freestyle in first place, baby. I got my work cut out for me. But hey, are you Monster Jam fans having fun? Let me hear you! Woo!
We'll take a look at the video board. There it is, our BKT overall event leaderboard. And with that win, Blake Granger and El Toro Loco takes the lead here in the chase for the overall event championship. 1 point behind him now is Charlie Pauken and Megalodon. Matt Cody and Gravedigger currently sitting with 11 points, and he is in third, while Barry Musauer and Black Panther sit in the fourth spot with 10 points, and Miranda Kozad and Thor there with 9 points. And then, of course, the Amazing Spider-Man, they're in last place only with the 2 points that he got during JCB Racing. So that is where we stand right now in our BKT overall event leaderboard. It is going to come down to our very last competition, and that is coming up next. It's Monster Jam Freestyle. Now, you the fans, this will be your last opportunity to use judgeszone.com in not only crowning a winner here of freestyle, but an overall event champion. So as judges, you need to be looking if our drivers use all of the obstacles. Maybe you're seeking to see that backflip there out on the track. You're going to want to see creativity, the use of the entire obstacle, maybe some big air, some technical moves. Are they doing combinations? Are they giving you a lot of wow factors out on the track? That will be up to you to decide. Also, don't forget that our drivers must complete 15 seconds of their run to qualify for a score. Otherwise, you will not be able to score them at judgeszone.com. They must complete 15 seconds of their run. All right, judgeszone.com, that is where you're going to use here to announce our winner of freestyle and then help us crown our overall event champion. With my new buddy Adam. It's his birthday today. How old did you turn? 8? Oh my goodness. All right. I know there's some other birthdays here. Are there more birthdays? Make some noise if it's your birthday. Oh, we got some birthdays here. All right. On the count of 3, we're going to scream happy birthday to everyone here at Ovo Hydro Arena. All right. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. That is a birthday shout out to everybody here, all right? All right, so since it's your birthday, we're gonna play a puzzle game. What's gonna happen is we're gonna see a bunch of puzzle pieces up on the video board, and then you've gotta try to figure out which Monster Jam truck it is. Are you ready? Okay, he's ready. All right, let's take a look at the video board. All right, there it is. The puzzle, it is yellow. It is orange. I think smoke comes out of this Monster Jam truck. Looks like there might be some teeth. I don't know. Let's see. They're still following. This truck is here right now in Glasgow. Blake Granger just drove it and won donuts. Do you think you know what it is? El Toro Loco. Let's see if he's right. He is! Congratulations! You just won a Spin Master Grave Digger Monster Jam truck, the all-white version. So if your mom and dad will let you, you can maybe paint it or something like that. But that is yours, so happy birthday to you. And of course, happy birthday to all of you fans here in the arena. Don't forget to grab your Spin Master out on the concourse today.
You're gonna follow my lead and stick to the beat. Here we go. Up, down. Great job, keep it going.
All right, this is the first freestyle we're seeing this weekend here at Monster Jam, ramped up. And now it'll be up to you to decide what you thought about that run. There he is, show him some love, Barbie Sour and Black Panther. Your scores are moments away from being locked in here at judgeszone.com. Scores are in. Let's see that score for Black Panther. You gave him a 6.637. She is a former drag racer, ATV rider. This is Miranda Kozad, Thor. Christina, we saw her out there trying some different tricks, really loved the variation, but you can still see that flooring is still pretty slick. She tried to do that popper, was still sliding a little bit. So do you think as the night or the weekend progresses, we're gonna see her actually execute that one?
Absolutely. Listen, Miranda is a fighter, so she's trying some new things, and she's just gonna continue to get better throughout the weekend.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. Scores are locked in there for Miranda Kozad and Thor. Let's see that score of 4.837.
So, Monster Jam fans, our fans are having so much fun here in the arena. And we've had several trucks go so far. But I have a very special fan here ready to introduce our next truck. He's having a great time here at Monster Jam. You saw him on the dance cam earlier. All right, Genzo, coming up next, give it up for Megalodon!
There will be no scores as he did not complete that 15 seconds, but hey, let's show him some love. Let's make some noise there for Charlie Pocken and Megalodon. We just saw the first crash here tonight at Monster Jam ramped up, and he tried to execute that bicycle move and just maybe a little too slick on those bald tires there. We never know. We'll have to maybe get an inside peek tomorrow at what Charlie Pocken thought about running that bicycle attempt there during his Monster Jam freestyle. So again, no score. Remember, you the fans, keep in mind that our drivers must complete 15 seconds of their run to qualify for a score. So he will get a DNF, did not finish, when it comes to that for Charlie Pauken and Megalodon. He was off to a great start though here in the first half of Monster Jam, ramped up, but unfortunately no score for him as we get him back on all fours. And a big shout out to JCB, our official equipment provider of this weekend's Monster Jam, and of course our Monster Jam's back home stateside. And speaking of stateside, you can get a double dose of Monster Jam action if you log on to YouTube right now to our official channel, Monster Jam. You can catch here in just a little bit Rosemont, that's right outside of Chicago, Illinois. They've got 5 amazing events, so you can watch those events here throughout the weekend there on YouTube. Rosemont's gonna be having some fun there as well, so you can catch that on YouTube, of course. While you're uploading all those pictures and videos, use the hashtag MonsterJam. You might see your picture or video up on our video board. And also, too, keep in mind as well, our drivers use that hashtag, and even Christina and I, you use that hashtag to find you fans. You never know who might like or comment on your video or picture. One more round of applause for Charlie Pauken and Megalodon. You know what those bells mean. It's time for Matt Cody, Gravedigger. Get those scores locked in at judgeszone.com. The code GLA. What a great attempt there from Matt Cody and Gravedigger. Get those scores locked in here. A few more seconds left at judgeszone.com. Let's show him some love. He's outside of the truck. What a wild freestyle there. Used all the obstacles from my advantage. And then, of course, landed that 6th different obstacle, that backflip ramp. Scores are locked in. Your score to beat, Black Panther 6.637. Your score for Gravedigger is 9.502. He's now your new leader. So that puts him at the top spot right now. Gravedigger on top of the leaderboard with a 9.502, followed by Bar Musauer and Black Panther 6.637. Miranda Kozan and Thor currently sitting in third with a 4.837. Of course, no score there for Megalodon. And we're actually going to throw it down to Christina, who's standing by with Brandon Arthur, driver of the Amazing Spider-Man.
Thanks, Kay. Yes, I'm hanging here with Brandon Arthur, the driver of the Amazing Spider-Man. Brandon, our technicians were working tirelessly. We saw them during halftime to try to get that truck back here on the track. Unfortunately, you will not be joining us in Monster Jam Freestyle, but you will be back in action tomorrow.
Yeah, you know, we'll be back tomorrow. Gotta apologize to all you Amazing Spider-Man fans. It's a bummer, but you know what? It's something that happens. But I can tell you what, those guys were working very hard back there, and we were super close to making it happen. It's super unfortunate. You know, I'm gonna have to go out there and tell those guys thanks for busting so hard. And you know what? It's I gotta give it up to them. They tried really hard to get the truck back out there for you, all you amazing fans. And we'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna go at it hard, and we're gonna have to make up for it. I can tell you that.
So Monster Jam fans, he said something very important. He's going to make up for it tomorrow. Our talented technicians are working tirelessly. So can we all do one very big thing for Brandon Arthur and for all of our hardworking technicians? On the count of three, I need you to scream, 1, 2, 3! One more time, Brandon Arthur, the Amazing Spider-Man.
All right, there we stand right now at our BKT overall event leaderboard. Only 1 point between Charlie Pocket and Megalodon, currently sitting in the second spot with our leader, Blake Granger and El Toro Loco. Now, if you want a fun fact there, Blake Granger and El Toro Loco was our very first overall event champion in Birmingham, UK, here in Monster Jam Ramped Up earlier in March. So, there might be a trend here that we might see him becoming our very first overall event champion here in Glasgow, Monster Jam Ramped Up. But that will be completely up to you all to decide here at judgeszone.com. Right now, it is Gravedigger with the score to beat with a 9.502. That is the score to beat, and with only one truck remaining, not only will you crown a freestyle winner, but you will crown our overall event champion. Again, just a reminder, right now, this Ramped Up is streaming live on YouTube. It will save to YouTube, though, so you can always check and reminisce on what happened here tonight. Maybe even tonight, tomorrow morning for sure. Check it out on YouTube, and that is youtube.com/Monster Jam. You can also watch other Monster Jam episodes, and like I said, just a reminder, outside of Chicago, Illinois, Rosemont will be having 5 amazing events. We've got some great competitors out there as well, so you might want to catch that on your downtime here, maybe on a nice Saturday morning, and see what happened tonight here in Rosemont. They're going to be going on here in a couple hours there in Rosemont, outside of Chicago, Illinois. Well, Glasgow, like I said, it is coming down to our freestyle competition. We have one driver remaining here in Monster Jam Freestyle. With a score to beat of a 9.502 from Gravedigger, our last competitor we'll see if he can claim that freestyle win and get those crucial points in a must-win situation there for an overall event championship. But it will be up to you to decide there at judgeszone.com for our last competitor, Blake Granger, El Toro Loco. Time to get those scores locked in. You are about to crown our freestyle winner and then our overall event champion, but it will be completely up to you. Using the scoring code GLA. Your last opportunity tonight to get those scores locked in. We will tabulate those scores for the freestyle, and then we will tabulate the scores for your overall event champion. We're going to crown our freestyle winner for the very first time here in Scotland and our overall event champion. Scores are locked. Your score to be 9.502 from Gravedigger. Glasgow, your score for El Toro Loco is 7.986, which means your freestyle winner, Matt Cody, Gravedigger. So Matt Cody and Gravedigger is your winner of Monster Jam Freestyle, claiming the last 6 points of tonight. But we are about to crown an overall event champion with 5 points in JCB Racing Competition, 5 in the Entertainer 2-Wheel Skills Challenge, 6 in the Donut Competition, and 5 Monster Jam Freestyle for a total of 21 points. Your BKT overall event champion is, for the first time in Scotland, Monster Jam Ramped Up's overall event champion, Blake Granger, El Toro Loco.
Blake, once again, history has been made. You won the very first BKT overall event champion here at Monster Jam Ramped Up in Birmingham, UK, and here you are, once again, the Monster Gone.
Most definitely. This is exactly how we started off in the Birmingham, UK. And to do it right here in Glasgow, Scotland, in El Toro Loco, it doesn't get much better than that. You know, my whole career I've been driving Max D, and I have a love for that truck that you cannot explain. But nothing fuels me more than to get in a different truck and show all these Monster Jam drivers and all these Monster Jam fans, it don't matter what truck Blake Granger's in, we're here for you guys, and we're going to come out here and throw it down for you Monster Jam fans. Man, I'm loving it.
Absolutely incredible. Don't go anywhere yet. Come back over here. We got Matt Cody, Gravedigger, your freestyle winner. What a way to end it with a bang with that Monster Jam backflip. How awesome is it to be here?
Hey, it's been awesome, and it's awesome to do it with all these guys and girls right here. Like you said, man, we're friends on the track, off the track, everywhere we go, and it's great to be doing it with him. He's getting first, I'm getting first. We're winning world championships together, and we're out here traveling the world together. He may have got the first ever overall in Scotland, but Scotland, what you think of that massive backflip to a crash?
Blake, any last little things that you want to say to these amazing fans who came out here to see all of you superstars?
You know, most definitely. First off, thank you guys for coming and trusting us in the first ever Monster Jam Ramped Up competition. Man, we couldn't be here without Spin Master, JCB, BKT, all our amazing sponsors. And I got one more thing. Tell your brothers, tell your sisters, tell your grandpa, we're coming back tomorrow, and it's going to be bigger than ever. We want to see you guys. Thank you.
Well, a huge congratulations to Megalodon's Charlie Pocken, of course, Matt Cody driving Gravedigger, and your overall event champion for the very first time here in Scotland, Monster Jam Ramped Up. That is Blake Granger and El Toro Loco. Well, it has been an exciting kickoff here this weekend of Monster Jam Ramped Up. For Christina Moore, I am Kay Young. We hope you had fun, and we hope to see you tomorrow at our next Monster Jam Ramped Up.